The last decades of China's Warring States period saw the elimination by the Qin of their rival states. Ying Ming was born around 259 BC and ascended the Qin throne in 247 BC. By 221 BC, the other states had been subdued, and the heretofore Ying Ming retitled himself Qin Shi Huangdi, or First August Lord of Qin, thus giving the moniker for emperor Huangdi that China used from there on. Qin Shi Huangdi ruled as emperor from 221 through 210 BC, and he made efforts towards consolidating the empire, defanging the prior power players, and establishing uniformity across the empire. Leading members of the former nobility were moved from their homelands and bastions of power, relocated to the Qin capital of Shanyang, a city whose name means full of yang, that is, full of masculine vigor. The capital was also home to palaces which were replicas of the palaces of the states the Qin had conquered. With the nobility abolished, administrative and military governance were introduced in their wake. Numerous government ministries existed for specific areas of governmental concern, such as agriculture, taxation, law, and war, and the entirety of the empire got divided into 36 commanderies run by imperial appointees while various policies were implemented. The commanderies were in turn divided into counties. Weights and currencies were standardized, as were legal codes, and the new writing system, Shaozhuan, was introduced. Private possession of weapons was forbidden, while opportunities for private possession of land by peasants were opened. To contend against informational weapons, dangerous ideas, many books were banned and burned. By the time of Qin Shi Huangdi's unification of China, the nomadic people of significance in the north were the Xiongnu. Numerous states had already constructed walls along parts of their borders, often for defensive purposes against the nomads, with walls already being built in the 6th century BC. Under Qin Shi Huangdi, some of these walls were destroyed while others were combined into a unified system of walls and natural barriers along the empire's northern border, and thus is born the precursor to the Great Wall of China, already extending at this early time from Linzhou to Liaodong, and which would be extended by a number of later dynasties. Military efforts to push the nomads back and establish the northern border were conducted under Qin Shi Huangdi's general Ming Tian. Expansion under Qin Shi Huangdi was by no means limited to there, as he conquered in the northeast and south as well. Qin Shi Huangdi died in 210 BC. The tomb in which he was buried consists of a large complex running around 1/3 of a mile by 1/4 of a mile with many different areas. Much of it remains to be excavated, but from the more extensively excavated east vault of the complex come the many terracotta figures, soldiers in formation facing east, his burial is known for. These figures total more than 7,000, with representatives of different branches of the army, including standing and kneeling archers, infantry, cavalry, chariots and their riders, and officers. The faces are different, and the uniforms correspond to their military branch, as do their weapons, which are actual weapons rather than terracotta replicas. The feet are solid, but the torso is hollow, and they weigh around 600 pounds. Shortly after Shi Huangdi's death, in 209 BC, a popular revolt broke out in China, while up north, an important leader now became ruler of the Xiongnu, Modu Chanyu. Modu Chanyu will factor significantly in the coming Han Empire story, while the internal popular revolt would end with the burning of the Qin capital. The person who succeeded Qin Shi Huangdi was his son, Qin Shi. Two influential members of Qin Shi Huangdi's court, the advisor Li Si and the eunuch Zhao Gao, vied with each other after Qin Shi Huangdi's death, and Zhao Gao soon emerged triumphant and Li Si dead. Zhao Gao forced the abdication by suicide of Qin Shi, and Zhao Gao himself was promptly executed after the ascent to the throne of Ji Ying, Shi's nephew, in 207 BC. Ying ruled a divided China with multiple rival kings and soon faced his end at the hands of the encroaching rebels. In 207 BC, rebel forces defeated the Qin army and Ying was killed, and in 206 BC, the Qin capital was burned. Rival rebel groups would now shortly vie with each other before one arose the victor, and the Han Empire became manifest.